Hi guys, Mark here with Walter's World, and I'm in Frankfurt, Germany, here at the Romerberg. Well, there's the town hall, or well, the town hall's restaurant right there, and around the side of the Romerberg Square, all kinds of nice stuff here in Frankfurt to see and do. And today, what our video is, the 5 things you will love and hate about visiting Frankfurt, Germany. Now, I always like to get the bad news out of the way first, so we'll just start with that. Now, the first thing you need to know is, guys, if you're going to be coming to Frankfurt, it is expensive to stay here. Hotels are not cheap, okay? This is a financial center, so it's people with money that are coming here, okay? So finding a place to stay will not come cheap, okay? So that's the first thing you're not going to like. The second thing you're not going to like is, guys, when you hear Frankfurt, you hear it spoken with London, New York, Frankfurt, Paris, Tokyo. It's a world financial center. So you expect this big, huge metropolis. And actually, you know, Frankfurt's not that big. I think it's like 500,000 people. I mean, the whole area is bigger, but the actual city itself is not that big. So you're kind of surprised how small Frankfurt is considering what you hear about it, okay? So that's the second thing is, you know, you're expecting a lot more out of the city because you're used to Frankfurt being this big worldwide center, and it isn't. Think of it as a smaller town, and I think you'll be happier with it. The third thing you're not going to like about coming to Frankfurt is, guys, if you're coming to Germany, you're expecting probably Bavaria, okay? You're expecting half-timbered houses, girls, you know, bringing liter beers to you and all kinds of stuff, or if you're going to Cologne, a meter long of beers, all these kind of things. And frankly, here in Frankfurt, that doesn't happen. This place was flattened in the war, okay, like 80–90% of the city was wiped out, so it's all been built up. So you have, instead of having, you know, lots of nice buildings like this, you have skyscrapers like that over there, okay? So you're not going to get that tourist Germany feel that you're used to, okay? The fairy tale of Germany is not Frankfurt, okay? The fourth thing you're not going to like it is, guys, when you walk out of the train station, it is the shadiest place in town. It's porn shops, okay? Penna people, as they call them in Germany, you know, losers, drug addicts, drunks, gypsies, all kinds of just, you know, you're going to walk out of there, you're not going to feel too safe, and it feels kind of gross when you walk out down Kaiserstrasse or whatever, when you're coming out of the train station. It does have kind of a seedy feel to it, and that's one thing you're really not going to like about Frankfurt, okay? And then the fifth thing you're not going to like about Frankfurt has to do with the airports, okay? Now, what I mean by this is, yeah, if you come to Frankfurt, okay, you see my eyes? You see these bags under my eyes? I'm jet lagged. That's what you're going to hate. You're going to be flying in, and when you fly into Frankfurt, you're coming from the US, you're coming from Asia, you're coming from Africa, you're coming from Australia or Hong Kong, wherever, and you're wiped out. You get here, you're tired, you just want to relax, and, you know, it's just tough. So you don't get to enjoy it as much as you can, because actually the city has a lot to offer, but people get in here, they're so tired at the beginning of their vacation that they kind of look past it. Okay, so that jet lag is what you're going to hate. And another thing I'll put with the airports is, if you're flying international, like from outside of Europe, you're going to be at Frankfurt's main airport, which is great. Okay, easy. It's like 10 minutes on the slow train to get into the main station. But if you're going to be flying into Frankfurt Hahn, it's like 60 miles away. It's forever away from the center. Though it says Frankfurt, it's actually a long way off, okay? So the 5 things you're going to hate about coming to Frankfurt or visiting Frankfurt as a tourist: 1, it's expensive to stay here. 2, it's a world financial center, but it's a small city. So you're thinking there's going to be more than there actually is. 3, it's not Bavaria. Guys, if you're coming here for that fairy tale Germany, Frankfurt's not for you. The 4th thing you're not going to like is that first experience you have when you leave the train station. It's kind of seedy and gross, and watch your bags and all kinds of stuff. And the 5th thing is the airports, the jet lag, or having to get out to Frankfurt Hahn if you're flying with the Ryanairs, the EasyJets, the cheaper airlines. Okay, so those are the 5 things you're going to hate about coming to Frankfurt. But honestly, Frankfurt is a pretty nice place. I enjoy coming here. I've been here quite a few times, and these are the things I really enjoyed about it. One thing is, you do have the skyscrapers. Okay, you're coming to Europe, you expect half-timbered houses, not skyscrapers where you can go up to 650 feet and see a view of the whole downtown. Okay, so it is kind of cool. You get skyscrapers in Europe, which sounds really silly, but it's kind of cool when you're used to seeing all these old, you know, 1,000-year-old houses, and you see a brand new skyscraper. So that's kind of neat, okay? The second thing you're going to love about it is, guys, if you're in Frankfurt, because you're flying into Frankfurt, right? But there's connections anywhere. If you want a train, a flight, buses, all kinds of stuff. You can get anywhere in Germany, in Europe, in the world from Frankfurt. So sometimes it makes a good base. You fly into here from the US or Tokyo or wherever, and then you fly out from there, because you can get all kinds of places from here. And the trains as well. You can go from Strasbourg in France, Paris, Berlin, all over the place. Okay, so it has great connections here. The third thing, the actual cultural thing, and this is actually my personal favorite thing to do when I'm here in Frankfurt, is you go to the apple wine taverns, okay, the cider taverns, or however you want to call them. You go there and you drink the apple wine, which is very special for this region, okay, especially for Frankfurt. You drink your apple wine, okay, and you eat the sausages here, okay. So that's the third thing you're going to do. The apple wine and sausage bars over in Sachsenhausen on the other side of the river. Okay? The fourth thing you're going to like about here is, remember how I said you're expecting a lot from this town and you get kind of a little disappointed? Well, they do have some world-class museums though, okay? If you go to, on the river, it's like basically called Museum Embankment. Okay, and on there's all kinds of museums, like I'm talking world-class museums, okay? Go there, great museums. I personally like the Film Museum when you go in there, but there's a lot of museums to go check out. A little bit farther off, there's Germany's largest natural history museum. So there's museum stuff to do in this town, which is actually really cool, okay? And then the fifth thing I like to do is come to the Romersburg, this little area of town here. It's one of the rebuilt parts of the old town. So you have the skyscrapers around, and then the kind of old German feel in the center. Okay, so the 5 things you're going to love about coming here: 1, the skyscrapers in Europe. Okay, it's just kind of cool, and you can actually go up in a couple of them and see the views. 2, the connections to get anywhere in Europe or in the world. It's simple to get there from here. 3, going to the apple wine bars in Sachsenhausen around, drinking the wine and having the sausages. Really good times. 4, checking out all the museums in town. And number 5, coming here to Romerburg and actually, escaping basically Manhattan, as they like to call it, into old Germany. So I hope that helps you if you're coming to Frankfurt for a fair, a trade fair or something like that, or you're just flying in for your trip through Europe. It's worth spending a night or two here in Frankfurt before you head off to Paris or whatever. So have a great time. If you want to learn more about traveling in Germany or in Europe or South America, the US, you want to learn German before you come, you want to learn English before you go, we have it all at our website, www.waltersworld.com. Bye.